Hello, everyone. It's Pat with our Oracle card reading and message for this upcoming week from the 15th through the 20th, 21st of January. I hope you are having hope January is going well for you, and maybe you've gotten started on some of those New Year's resolutions. I know I've gotten started on some. So anyways, as I usually do, I'm going to be picking the Archangel Oracle card for the week to see which Archangel's overseeing us. And for this week, I have my fairy cards around, and the angels, gods, and goddesses card deck. So let's see what's going on. I call upon the archangels for whoever's overseeing us this week. Who do we need to work with? Who do we need to call upon? Who has messages for us? Okay. Wow. All right. So we have Archangel Michael, who comes out with this message of "You are safe." And it says, I'm protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and your home. Okay, so this is a call. I want to say, to many of you, a reminder in a way, to reach out to Archangel Michael for any concerns that you have with regard to the safety of your home and your family, especially as we come across, more storms, the natural disasters that seem to be creeping up in different areas. We know we just went through, now actually thinking back to last week's reading, I'm sure it was also speaking a little bit to what was going on in California, and our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody there. So this is about calling on Archangel Michael for safety. And actually, I do feel like there's so much up and down energy right now between, there's some very good and beautiful things going on in the world with people helping each other out after tragedies. But yet we have these tragedies and we have sometimes these awful things that are happening. And for those who are very sensitive, it's, there's like a little bit of an emotional and there is some, nasty negative energy around sometimes. So with Michael, I know I personally, to help myself sleep more peacefully, have felt the need to call him in and give me some protection at night for, almost like a protection from psychic attack, from some of the nasty negative energies that are around. I mean, it's going on in the political front. And we do get affected by it. We might see it in dramas on TV or news stories, or there may even be people that you have that are sending some angry energy your way for consciously or unconsciously. So Michael is an angel that you can call on for that protection around you. I also feel like this goes out to people who are concerned about slipping on ice, if you're going out into icy conditions. So anyway, Michael's letting you know that you have his protection, calling him for guidance. He's also letting you know in something that you're about to go into that you'll be safe, okay? And it doesn't matter whether it's, something outdoors where it's you're worried about getting to work with the conditions that you're in, or what you might encounter on the road, or whether it's a mediation or something that you have to go into. So safety and protection is, and look, he looks like this big brawny bodyguard. And you can ask for Michael's help and intervention that way. You can ask him to be around you 24/7 if you like. And he'll give you that courage and faith. Okay, so he's overseeing us this week with a message of safety. All right, let's see what's going on that the fairies want us to know about the beginning of this week. And Michael will also give you guidance sometimes, ahead of time. If you're about to go out and take a trip or something and you feel an intuitive nudge to like check your tires, check your oil, or, that can be part of his help sometimes too. He gives us, guidance through inner nudges or ideas of things to look into or check into before we do something so that we can be safe, okay? All right. Fairies, we call upon you now for what's going on for the week. What's ahead for us? What do we... Ooh, okay, so there's some cards that spilled out. Okay, well, there's more than... there's a few cards that have come out here. Wow, okay. So with the cards that have come out for this week, there's a really strong message about trusting your own intuition, all right? In fact, it's the card that came out for the beginning of the week. There's two cards that have sort of come out here. So this is about really, really trusting in your own intuitive guidance. And when cards like this come up, it's important to trust your feelings, your own intuition more than people's words, okay? So don't let people talk you into or out of something. Trust your own intuitive ability. Trust your own intuitive knowledge. You know, trust that gut feeling that you get about someone, something, or some situation, all right? Because what this card lets you know is that you're in touch with your truth. All right, so you may be noticing that there are increased experiences where you know who's calling before they call. You're thinking about them and then they call you. Where you just can sense something that's about to happen in the world, for good or for bad. So this card is urging you to acknowledge that part of you. It's okay. It's, the big issue for a lot of people is that they don't know what to do with those feelings or with those intuitions, and primarily to trust them. Sometimes there isn't anything that you have to or need to do in the immediate moment, but take note of it. Take note of what's there, okay? So, but it signals that you're connecting with your own higher consciousness. Maybe you started to meditate more as a new year, a practice for the new year. So it's putting you in touch with your own intuition a lot more strongly. And I think last week we had a lot of messages about, if I recall, up-leveling your level of self-respect and self-esteem, and realizing that you're a powerful creator. Well, a lot of that comes from trusting your intuition. You're more in touch and in tune with that now. So stick with that. It's going to be working for you, okay? And beware of logic override. Logic override is when, you feel or sense something about a situation, but your logic wants to step in and say, well, and you kind of, maybe you have a feeling about someone, and you're not sure if you can trust them or if you're not sure about the whole thing. But your logic sometimes steps in and wants to give them the benefit of the doubt. And there's nothing wrong with giving somebody the benefit of the doubt. But what this card is urging you to do is really pay attention to your gut feelings about something. So, and trust those. Trust what your intuition is guiding you to do. Again, a message comes up from the fairies, just like with Michael, about feeling safe. And in general, this card has to do with not giving your power away to something outside of yourself, okay? So when you're feeling like a victim of the big corporation or under the control of somebody else in your life, or at their mercy or something like that, then you've given your power away to something outside of you. If you're worrying excessively about something, or you feel the need to try to figure out in your head what you can do about it, you've given a lot of power away to that something outside of yourself, okay? And the fairies are here to reassure you that you can, feel safe and powerful, all right? So there's issues coming up with this week around feeling safe, maybe with people, maybe with situations in the outside world. Or in the outside world in terms of what's going on weather-wise, climate-wise, or maybe in your employment situation or your career, what have you, with your job, or even in I want to say the markets, the stock markets and things like that. So it's about addressing those concerns. Call on Archangel Michael and address the issues of feeling safe. And sometimes it's a matter of doing what you need to do. Sometimes when we realize that we don't feel safe around certain people or situations, you may need to remove yourself from it or put up some boundaries with someone. That's a part of taking your power back. So it's about looking at that and doing what you need to do, and addressing. It just may mean that there's some issues coming up with that towards the middle of the week as the week progresses. As we get towards the weekend, we have there's two that came out again. There's another Trust Your Intuition card. Because in this deck I call it my fairy deck, but it's a mixture of two decks that Doreen came out with, actually three. One of them is the Magical Fairy Oracle card deck. The other one was the Healing with the Fairies Oracle card deck. And this is, I call it a Guardian Angel card. There was this short little deck that she had with a kit that was about getting in touch with your guardian angels. But again, the message comes up again to trust your intuition. All right. And this one says, listen to your inner wisdom and trust its validity. And here it's right next to the Love Life card. So if, you might find that you meet someone, for those of you who are single, that this involves you meeting someone who's a potential partner for you, romantic partner, soulmate partner, what have you, and to trust your intuition about that person. It could equally mean that there's someone interested in you and you're not sure that you trust them, so trust your intuition about it, It's also, if you're already in a relationship, trust your intuition about that, about, maybe there's some deeper conversations that you need to have, or maybe you need to get away or something like that. Trust what your intuition is telling you about it. Okay. This one says the basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. But so this doesn't necessarily always have to do with, relationships or romantic partnerships. It can be the romance of life, signaling an improvement to your enjoyment of life. When you allow life to, when you're kind of like in love with life and what's going on in your life, that is kind of a romantic involvement with life itself. So if you're looking, there's maybe opportunities for your improvement of your life and to be more in love with your life, and trust your intuition about that. All right. It's leading you in the right direction. Okay. So those are some of our messages for this upcoming week. The only final deck I want to pull from, because I like it, is this the Angel Gods and Goddesses deck. Let's just see what their final message is. Okay. Ooh. Well, this doesn't necessarily have to do with some of the rest of them, but it's the Angel of Diet and Nutrition, and it says, pay attention to what you're eating and drinking. You intuitively know what's good for you. Again, that emphasis on intuition. So, it may indicate that you may have put aside your intuition for a while, but there's a part of you that does know what the right foods are for you, whether it's a vegetarian lifestyle or not, or you know what the right thing is for you to be doing. Okay, you just may not be doing it just yet. But I also feel like for some people, if the new year, if you're looking to get a handle on that, and maybe you're sort of evaluating different programs like maybe Weight Watchers or Ideal Protein or some of the other ones that are out there, trust your intuition about which one is going to be the right one for you, not just, the cost factor. Okay. So there's a lot this week. It's a week of letting go of external, people telling you that you need this, people telling you that you need that, or you have to do this program or that program or this or that, the other thing. It's really about getting in touch with what your own inner knowledge is telling you. That's, I want to say, the theme for this week. So, if you have moments of quietness within yourself, you'll pick up on